Hi ladies, welcome back to The Balanced Mom. Today I have such exciting news for everyone and we are so excited to be sharing it. If you are new here, a special welcome, and if you're returning, then welcome back. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in and show you guys our announcement. We are so excited to share with you guys that we are expecting baby number 5. I wanna give you guys an update of how things have been going, how far along I am, when we're due, and just everything else that's been going on, which is why we've slowed down with our huge decluttering series. So first and foremost, how has this pregnancy been going? I can tell you this has been by far one of the hardest pregnancies, but with every single pregnancy, it's gotten harder and harder. And so it was no surprise to me as I entered this pregnancy, we found out we're expecting, that things just started obviously to get harder. It all started with just being overly exhausted, which usually comes with every pregnancy, but this was an exhaustion that I felt whenever I have a newborn baby, and I was never this tired when I was pregnant, so it has been really hard to keep up with things, like continuing to declutter regularly instead of just whenever I see things to get rid of them, so that has been a challenge, and of course, and we are also committed to the kids' activities that we signed them up for the year, again, not knowing that we'd be expecting, so there's just a lot of change that has happened this fall. So from exhaustion, it actually moved to cramping, which I know is pretty normal, but the cramps were becoming really regular, like enough where I couldn't function throughout the day because I was in so much pain. And usually they were triggered when I bend down, and then when I get back up, it's just like this striking pain. So of course I was concerned about it, went to the doctor. They said it's normal. I still think it's not normal because I know I've had this throughout. Every single time like I have a baby and I deliver, these cramps continue, but they don't really stop my life. They don't interfere with my day-to-day life. It just kind of happens and then I kind of push through and it goes away and it gets better. So I know they're not normal based on how intense they are and the fact that I actually end up with tears often because it's just so excruciating. So I thought that was enough for me, but of course it wasn't. Obviously nausea also hit. Thankfully I have not thrown up, but it was just enough to interfere with my day-to-day, struggling to finish school, of course, and taking the kids to all their activities. I thought it was done there, but it wasn't. It continued with crazy dizziness. And I mean like enough where, again, I would be fine throughout the day. I'm like, okay, the cramps are at ease. Hopefully I make it through the day without like throwing up, like it's just kind of pushing through. And then sure enough, these dizzy spells would hit me that were so strong, enough where I would be out for 4 to 5 hours sitting on the couch, not able to get up because I would really be scared of collapsing. There's been plenty of times where I actually had to catch myself from falling. So it was really extreme. This is where I reached out to my doctor and I was like, hey, this is what's going on. I don't know what to do. So they did all the blood work and I even asked for extra tests and the results came back. The doctor said it's pretty normal to have something's elevated or something's really low because of the pregnancy. So they went ahead and gave me a prescription for vertigo. That has helped. I actually wasn't even aware that with vertigo, there are exercises that you can do, so that has helped a lot. And I'm just happy that there is a solution out there instead of dealing with dizziness throughout the whole pregnancy. It felt like throughout this pregnancy, which is what, 3.5 months now, it just felt like things kept piling on. And so I thought like, again, it'll get better. Sure enough, one of the nights I actually ended up finding a lump in my breast and that was enough to be like, what is wrong with my body? Like, this is crazy. All these symptoms that I never had consistently together with any pregnancy. So long story short, I can't give you guys much update on that. I did go in and found out it wasn't a mass, but they don't really know any more details. And so I have to wait to actually deliver the baby before they could do more tests on it. But otherwise, without all these symptoms, the pregnancy has been going really well. I mean, let's be honest. You could always sit around and focus on all the negatives in every situation. And so it's so easy to be like, oh, it's horrible. But in reality, like I know people throw up daily and I don't have that. Or I know people that have worse medical conditions throughout their pregnancy that are a lot harder to deal with. So I think these things that I'm dealing with are, again, temporary. Obviously, they're very inconvenient, but I know that it can be worse. The thing that has really helped to switch with some of these symptoms that have been triggering me is starting to work out. And so if you guys know, I am not consistent with working out. I like to believe I'm a person that works out, but the truth is I'm not. I didn't grow up working out, and so every single time I try to get healthy, I go ahead and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna start working out. And then at some point I fall off the wagon, of course, because it's just not in me to actually continue working out. And so that's what happened when COVID hit and I had to stop my gym membership. I stopped working out yet again, and then it's really hard to get back into it, of course. So I started up again during summer, and it's the constant start and then fail. So this time around, I was like, okay, this is my 5th pregnancy. I really want to get stronger. And more than anything, I really want the energy. Like I am so energy depleted that I didn't know what else to do. And I was like, okay, I really need definitely more sleep, but more than anything, I need to work out so I could actually regain that energy that I'm like losing with this baby growing. So even though there have been challenges through the pregnancy, the working out has definitely helped with dealing with some of these things, like giving me the energy, of course, to be able to like move a little faster in the time that I am good and can stand on my feet. So currently I am 15 weeks pregnant and we are due next April, which works out perfect in terms of the school year because we're actually scheduled to finish mid-April. So it'll be just kind of in time for us to finish the school year, and we might have to like take off the last 2 to 3 weeks and then continue once the baby is like a month or two old, just to give me that recovery period. I want to add, I'm officially 35 years old and I was not expecting to go into the doctor for them to tell me that I'm high risk. I think it's kind of silly that as soon as you turn 35, if you get pregnant or even deliver once you're 35, you're basically considered a high risk, and nothing really has changed. But to me, it just seemed a little interesting that I saw it on my form saying that I'm high risk. So to give you guys just an update of where our channel is headed, I'd still like to continue with decluttering. So I'm gonna take you guys along as I continue to declutter. It's just gonna be a little bit slower now since so many things are going on. We actually committed to our kids being part of some activities that they weren't part of before. Our oldest two are now officially on a swim team, so that obviously takes up a lot of evenings out of the week. We pretty much have somewhere to go Monday through Friday and then Saturday morning also. So it's really, really go, 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 which I never anticipated our life to be this hectic, but it's just a commitment. They really, really enjoyed swimming. So we said, you know what, we're gonna give it a year and see what happens. See if they wanna continue with it or if we're out. But in addition to that, as you guys know, earlier during the summer, I posted that we are officially putting our house up on the market to move, and nothing really happened the whole summer. And so just to give you a little update, we are getting closer to finishing up with this house, with getting a closing, inspection done, and all that stuff. So I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop, but assuming that everything goes smoothly, I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys along as I pack and continue to declutter, hopefully, as I pack things for moving. I can't really give you a lot of details because we don't even know where we're headed, but I will keep you guys posted as soon as we know more information. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop them down below. I actually really enjoy when you guys send me private messages and I could answer them, but go ahead and drop any questions down below. I could actually create videos based on those questions. And if you know anything about YouTube, I will tell you that it's so easy to say, you know what, it's such a crazy time in life, let's just take a break from YouTube. But YouTube is not the most gracious place. They will totally drop you. And so we don't want that to happen. So we're just gonna try to keep you guys obviously in the loop of what's going on in our house versus Alana's house with their foster care situation. And we're just gonna do the best that we can to keep you guys informed. In the meantime, we obviously still wanna continue with a lot of the homeschooling things that we've talked about, like what did we switch in our curriculum or what things have we added. And so again, as we go through it, we're just going to keep creating content weekly and just share our heart with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you still haven't, and I will see you guys next time.